Boas. Ora, jogar uma beca este jogo. Estou. Só ver se isto está a dar aqui o som do PC. Tá. Nueva partida. É só jogar uma beca que eu nem
Fabulous city. Toledo, the jewel box of European culture. If my Dorothy's memory was not failing her, the painter must live here, in this quarter.
Verdadeiro point and click, mais ou menos. La Casa del Pintor.
Would you please tell me where Salvador Diaz Palencia, the painter, lives?
I don't know exactly. Somewhere there at the Plaza San Pedro. Through the gate.
Plaza San Pedro. La Pasas. Aqui é onde eu estou.
Good afternoon. You must be Professor Hunt from England. I've been expecting you. Please come in.
Miss, I am looking for a certain Mr. Salvador Diaz Palencia.
This is his house. My name is Carmen. Carmen Diaz Palencia. Unfortunately, my father is no longer alive. I know. Your kind wife sent a letter, and I consider it my duty to help my father's old friends.
I will be indebted to you. I'm very sorry. I didn't know.
Of course. How could you have known? My father died of tuberculosis approximately 1 year ago. He did not inform any of his English friends. But believe me, Professor, I am happy to see you at last. I've arranged my father's room for you. If you please, I believe you will find it comfortable. It has a separate entrance, so I will not disturb you in your contemplation. I know a man needs that often.
Oh, thank you very much, Miss Diaz Palencia. That is very kind of you. Though I think I will only stay for a few days, and I really hope that the research will not be so complicated that I would need so many hours alone to think.
As you wish, Professor. Here is the key to the gate and your residence. Please do rest after the long journey.
Aqui o modelo é mirror, mas ficou ali o risco. Vê-se bocadito. La vida de Salvador Diaz Palencia.
Please tell me about your father. I myself have only heard about him.
Yes, your kind wife. Well, my father was born here in Toledo. He studied to be a painter, and he was an excellent trumpeter. It was his great wish to see London, the very heart of European culture. So he traveled after finishing his studies and soon settled down in England. He worked as a teacher for children of wealthy families. He generally taught the boys how to play trumpet, and the girls and ladies how to paint. And those less talented, he acquainted with the history of art. Your wife must know him from these times. My father was a very handsome man. Women were crazy about him. I am convinced many families only employed him because the women in the family insisted. They preferred to endure the drawing classes solely for the purpose of being alone with the handsome teacher a little.
Well, Dorothy didn't mention such details.
My father was not an angel either. He adored female beauty, both as an artist and as a man. Thus it is no surprise that he got into some trouble. One day, a countess from the country fell madly in love with him, and my father's love was kindled too. And the unexpected fruit of that love stands here before you.
Oh, so there is English blue blood running in your veins, miss.
I am not so proud of this. After news of the pregnancy got out, there was a big scandal. The Count was terribly enraged, and of course this reached the other lords. Soon my father ceased to be the favorite of families. Instead, he was dismissed, even though so many girls cried for him. My mother gave birth, but her husband the Count would not hear of her bringing me up in the castle, despite the fact that they together could never have a child. I was torn from her, and my father received a message from the village woman saying that she would have to take care of his daughter.
These must have been terrible times.
Yes, really. My mother sometimes met my father in secret in the village. Maybe she saw me as well, but she knew it was impossible to divorce, since the poor painter could hardly support himself. And her life turned into a living hell with the Count. Not long after, she committed suicide. She jumped out of an upstairs window. My father was already rearing me on his own at that time, and one day he received a letter from Toledo. The disasters hadn't ended. His aging mother died suddenly, and the family house stood empty. The road was paved for him. He returned to his hometown with a child born out of wedlock, a strange souvenir from his long trip to England.
When did all that happen?
We were in Spain by the time I celebrated my second birthday. In 1 month, I will be 21 years old.
Miss Carmen, how did you lose your father?
My father grew very silent and reserved in the last years. He went to paint on his own a lot, and in the latest months to take photos of the area. He was looking for the points that had once inspired his favorite painter, El Greco, who was also born in Toledo. He continued to give drawing lessons, but he was compelled to give up his trumpet students because of the tuberculosis that slowly overcame him. We made a living from my embroidery. I have many clients nowadays, too.
You weren't very rich then either.
You need not be polite, Professor. We were poor as hell. My father was more and more burdened by guilt in the last years. He kept mentioning that he had failed to give me a future that would measure up to my birthright, talents, and his intentions, and he therefore had not kept the promise he made to my mother. He wanted to find me a suitable husband before his death, but that fell through too. The illness was stronger than he was.
Tell me, did your father have a will? Did he bequeath anything to you?
There was a short will in which he left everything to me, of course. Strangely, he also included that the music box he had been making for months was also to be my possession, no one else's. I came to the conclusion that poor Dad lost his mind in those final days.
There's nothing interesting in that box?
Of course not. A pretty little box which plays music when you open the lid. Sweet, but for a long time I thought he was making it for someone else. Maybe some client.
Please, tell me about yourself.
About myself? Well, it won't be easy without crying.
Come, is there such tragedy? Is it the poverty? Or you still miss your father so much?
No, I would not complain about being poor. What's more, there is an old gentleman nowadays who pays me quite well for reading to him. The newspapers in the morning and one of his books in the evening. And I have my embroidery. And I have come to think of my father with mixed feelings.
Do you feel bitter towards him for some reason?
You could say that. That is, really, I don't know what to think. Something's happened lately. But, Professor, can I trust you at all?
Miss Diaz Palencia, you considered it your duty to look after me as though I were someone you long knew and did not know. So allow me, in the place of your father, and in exchange, to protect and help you as a father would, while I enjoy your hospitality. Please continue. Maybe telling me a few things could be useful.
Thank you, Professor Hound. So a few weeks ago, I heard someone knock on the door. It was the most influential man in the area, old Alonso Garcia de la Rica and his son Eugenio, and they were waving a document carrying my father's signature. The paper said that if my father is unable to find a husband for me, whose estate matches the worth of our house before I turn 21, then all our possessions are to be transferred to the Garcia de la Rica family, and I must marry the ugly and feeble Eugenio.
Oh, that is astounding. And did you get a good look at your father's writing and signature? It wasn't forged?
It was his original handwriting, without a doubt. Mr. Alonso mentioned some bet, resolution or promise, but I was in such shock and understood little of what he said to me. The gentlemen left rather quickly, and of course they took the document with them.
And your father never talked to you about this?
No, never. Whatever his reasons were, he should have told me. He was a coward, may he rest in peace.
Miss Diaz Palencia, you're a pretty young girl. I'm sure you have suitors, and not just one, but many. Can't one of them save you from this forced marriage?
Look, Professor, maybe I would have suitors, but I am willing to marry only one man. The blacksmith's assistant, who lives nearby, has been a good friend of mine since I was a child. We have loved each other since we were born. My father wasn't against our marriage because he was friends with his father, and his mother was my nanny in my early childhood.
That is what I am talking about. Couldn't you marry this young man?
No, I cannot. On the one hand, he's dirt poor, let alone having an estate equal to the house. And on the other hand, all our hope has gone up in smoke as he has been jailed. He has been charged with the theft of valuables.
Well, then he may not be the best choice.
No, Professor. I am convinced that Francisco is innocent. It's just that we are so unlucky, both of us.
Oh, you shouldn't cry. Maybe the situation is not so bad.
There is no hope left. Please, Professor. You seem to be such a kind person. Help me. I don't know how and by what means you could help, but I would be grateful if you could save me from this hopeless situation. Otherwise it is not worth living anymore.
Come, don't say such things, my dear. You must not give up. I'll see what I can do.
Pô, esquece. Acho que este jogo deve ser o que tem mais diálogo de sempre. A gente clica e fica aqui 20 minutos a ouvir. Isso.
Well, to tell you a little about my research, I'm looking for a family, that is, a living descendant. According to the old scripture, the name is Candelas.
Candelas? That is Francisco's family name. His full name is Francisco Candelas. Theirs is an old family of swordsmiths, and they have been citizens of Toledo for centuries.
How lucky! I say, you see, this research really won't take long in this city. And who is the youngest man in the family?
Francisco. He has no brother. His sister died in infancy a long time ago. But you have little chance of meeting him, Professor. As I said, he is in the city prison and not for very long. In a few days, he will be taken to Madrid for questioning. and he may be lost to us.
Well, the situation is really worrisome.
Eu já cliquei aqui. Qual é?
Could you please tell me where I can find the Candelas family residence?
It's just 2 corners from here, at 9 Calle de Aranjuez. There you will only find poor Isabel at home.
Miss Diaz Palencia, please tell me anything you know about the theft that has resulted in Francisco's imprisonment.
I have a feeling this is yet another of the trials I must endure. There is no such thing as chance. So about 10 days ago, there was a big commotion in the neighborhood. A valuable ornamental sword had been stolen from the Garcia de la Rica palace. You know, they are the ones who had come here with my father's letter. Originally, the sword had been crafted by Francisco's grandfather. Francisco has been working in the palace recently, so they suspected him. He has been accused of attempting to steal back the family heirloom which his father gave as a present to the wealthy Mr. Alonso. But the scoundrel knows about our love, and so he accused him of taking the sword, since with it he could get at least half of the value of our house. Thus there would be a chance to get married before the deadline, my birthday.
And how has your beloved responded? Does he deny the charges?
Of course. I admit, Alonso's suggestion also crossed my mind. But Francisco looked me directly in the eye and said he was innocent of the theft. And I believe him.
I see. Excuse me, miss. Please don't think me nosy, but could I myself examine that music box?
That one? Of course. Quite freely. Please feel free to look around among my father's old belongings if you are bored. The key to the box is in the desk drawer. If you open the lid, the small machine plays my father's favorite tune. There was a time when I often listened to the old song, but nowadays my heart sinks when I hear it. I think anger has also mixed with the grief.
Don't be hasty, my dear Miss Diaz Palencia. Your father must have been forced by some circumstance to act as he did. But maybe I will find out more if I listen to that melody myself. Thank you.
Hallelujah.
Nice plants. Miss Diaz Palencia is undoubtedly a caring and patient person.
Depois tenho que fazer umas telhas assim. Aqui, esta parte, isto está engraçado. Eu gosto deste design, destas coisas assim. Pronto.
This door must be closed.
Puxa, guardar a partida, meu. Foda-se.
But for all that, I
Se
must
não
try
tens
to enter
Covid,
it
não.
without permission.
Se eu clicar aqui. Tem aqui os textos todos. Era tal e qual como eu queria do jogo dos detetives. Só que, além de ter o texto de tudo o que dizem, eu tenho que depois rever e dizer o que é que vou escolher, não é? Acho que tudo o que se falou está aqui. Pronto. Está aqui depois.
Well, this is more or less how I imagined it. Mr. Diaz Palencia could not deny his attraction to England. I must admit I would have been glad to meet him.
antes gostava que isto fosse mais fixo. Não dá para sair daqui. Volveres à partida. Guardar a partida. Aceitar. Só aqui sair. Opções de jogo. Gráfico. Gostava que fosse. Não tivesse que carregar e coisa, era. O cursor estava no meio e toca a andar. Mas acho que não dá. Ah, não.
Mr. Diaz Palencia's diary, which he used in teaching the trumpet. Deve ser só para ver. Não há nada. As if they were the sketches for the same work. Oh, but this is Dorothy. Of course, at the time she was only interested in art. Locked. Perhaps some lumber room is inside. No, this is not the right key. See what an important role music can have in someone's life who can even play an instrument. The good old trumpet, finely hung. Good old London.
outro.
Well, I would have been surprised to find it missing from the shelf. Aha. Let's see. Useful reading.
Isto é muito livro.
Look at this.
Este livro é mesmo espanhol. Tipo, acho que não meteram aqui legendas traduzidas para espanhol. É mesmo, está escrito em espanhol e isto, se calhar, no jogo, se for em inglês, é que tem a tradução para inglês, porque isto é coisas espanholas. Espanholas e portuguesas.
Interesting. Interesting.
Sigismundo.
Well, here it is. This will be that strange music box. These dials, like some safe, some sort of lock.
Pois. Em princípio tem que se escrever aqui qualquer coisita, não é?
No, this can't be the right code.
Ora, isto tem 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8.
Every traditional music box has a winding structure. Why exactly should this box not have one?
Olha o boneco aqui no espelho. Então, 8 pode ser, é uma palavra, não é? Deixa lá ver ali aquela. Agora, e tem uma bailarina. Pode ser o nome de uma música. Ser o nome de uma música. Lá indica. Lá indica. Lá indica. Será? Aquilo era 8. Agora pode ser muita coisa ali a palavra. Ela acho que falou nisso agora. E onde é que começa? Lá indica. Onde é que isto começa? Tem aqui numerzinhos. 5. 3. Então. Lá. Se calhar nem há. Lá indica não pode ser. Não tem nenhum A. Que não há. Trovador. Mas não deve ser nada disto. Pode ser o nome de um livro. Pois aqui não tem o T. Também não. Palência, este nome Palência tem 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, Palência. Mas deve ser uma música. Também não tem aqui o Palência. Agora, que música é que será? Isto tem 8, não é? Foda-se. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. E depois ainda falta uma chave. Será que está ali?
This is it.
Parece que já temos. Agora falta um nome. A não ser que aquilo aconteça ali qualquer coisita.
Indeed, it is a nice melody, perhaps part of some well-known tune, but I have never heard it. Oops, perhaps. But no, I have not hurt the little ballet dancer. Someone designed it to be so. But this is a letter.
E onde é que está a carta? Ah, está aqui. Foda-se. Agora já não dá. Então, aqui no inventário está aqui uma carta. Deve ser da... E o que é isto? Puerta del Pintor. Puerta del Pintor.
No, this is not the right key.
com ela. Ah, dá aqui.
Miss, you said, didn't you, that you know the melody the box plays?
Yes, I have heard it. It was my father's favorite song, but I don't know anything more about it.
Neither its title, nor the lyrics, nor... nothing?
I am ashamed, Professor, but no, really, nothing.
The music box must contain another compartment or compartments. Your father closed these off from prying eyes. Have you any idea what kind of code might help open the inner lid? We have 8 dials with 12 letters on each.
Oh, Professor, I have also seen those dials, but I have no idea what the right letters might be. You will help me find the solution, won't you?
Yes, of course. Miss Diaz Palencia, the ballet dancer in the music box was concealing a letter. Your father wrote it, and you are the addressee.
Really? A letter?
I've read it, if you will forgive me.
Of course, Professor, don't apologize. I have no secrets, and I am happy you are trying to help.
Please read it. I believe Mr. Diaz Palencia explains the strange legacy he left behind. Nevertheless, it does not make our situation any easier.
Pois, se calhar aqui.
Mr. Hunt, I've made some biscuits. Please have some. Take as much as you please. You will find the basket on the rim of the well.
Oh, thank you very much, Miss Diaz Palencia. Who knows? Sometimes a few biscuits can do you good service. Perhaps a little shabby, but a pleasant house. The young lady must live upstairs. The kitchen and other rooms must be downstairs.
Oi, foi ali que eu vi. Do Guijote, acho eu. Prontos, e todos têm o meio do modelo, tem um risco ali no nariz. Produtos típicos da região. Fábrica de mazapã José Barroso Toledo. Ali não dá para ir. Número 2. será que vamos entrevistar aqui? Eu também não posso estar aqui muito tempo. Este não fala.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, stranger. Have you got some money? Or at least something to eat? I am happy to play your tune in exchange.
Toma lá biscoito.
Yum! Fresh biscuits. You can have 3 songs for this, sir. What shall I play for you?
What's your name, my man?
Domingo. Just like that. Domingo.
Well, Domingo, I don't know what to ask you to play. Play something the late Diez Palencia, the painter, would have liked.
Oh, I don't know, my dear sir, what he would have liked.
Well, anyway, play me a nice tune that's well known hereabouts.
As you please, sir. I promised 3 songs. Here you are. La Vidalita.
Muito bem.
Pasear a caballo.
Está fixe. Não dá para virar aqui. Até mexe o peito.
Marceliano.
Uma destas músicas deve ser a chave lá daquilo. E aí deve ser esta, Marceliano. Quem fez este jogo deve ter sido um espanhol. E é engraçado que tem as mesmas ideias que eu. Várias pessoas devem ter feito isto. E acho que eram espanhóis, certinho. Ou franceses, porque a Microids é francesa.
Thank you, Domingo. See you later.
May we have the good fortune to meet again, sir. Forgive me, sir, I am thirsty. I will have a drink in the restaurant. Come back later.
All right, Domingo. See you later.
E então... Marcelino, não é? Marcelino. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Então não é Marcelino. Marcelino. É Vidalita. Vidalita, deve ser Vidalita. Agora, aqui este Manuel não diz nada. Está a ler o jornal.
Miss, there's a man sitting in the main square with a guitar.
Domingo. Useless drunkard. Don't you give him money. He'll spend it on drinks immediately.
Vidalita. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Se não for isto, não sei. Vidalita. Para já nem tem aqui a letra V. Não pode ser. Não é isto? Pois. Pois. Só se for ao contrário. Também não. Também não é. E então? Um, dois, três, quatro. 1, 2, 3, 4. Faltava. Marcelino, olha, vamos experimentando. Marcelino. Se houver aqui. Também não há web. Pois não estou a ver o que seja.
These biscuits are very popular today.
Tenho a impressão que se calhar o gajo ainda vai tocar outra música.
I have some more biscuits. Would you play more?
I'll take those. Of course I would.
Também.
Shall I play more? Well then, here are 3 more well-known melodies. El Vals de las Hadas.
O gajo quer é que a gente ouça as músicas dele. Não há nada.
Campanillas de viento. El Torre Almenara.
Almenara. É Almenara. Pronto, está visto.
Thank you, Domingo. See you later.
May we have the good fortune to meet again, sir. Forgive me, sir, I am thirsty. I will have a drink in the restaurant. Come back later.
All right, Domingo. See you later.
Onde ele está a fazer qualquer coisa no substância. Pois ele está a fazer isto. Este mapa aí deve estar a fazer aqui, a texturar o modelo. E a janela? aqui. Prontos, qualquer modelo daqui deve de haver, se calhar. Mas isto é mais para interiores que eu tenho aqui. Isto é mais interiores. Ainda tem pouca coisa. Sim. Sim. Mas também não é muito diferente. Eu ao início vendia tipo 3, quando lá tinha 10, agora tenho quase 100 e tal. E vendo mais 2 ou 3. Também tenho a impressão que quando tiver lá 300 continuo a vender a mesma coisa por mês. Aquilo é mais tipo, já deu a entender que se eu fizer modelos, vou vendendo. Porque cada vez que meto um modelo, as pessoas veem. Se eu não fizer modelos, o próprio site não coisa. Tipo, tens aí 300 modelos, mas não estás a fazer, a gente não vende. Já sei como é que as coisas funcionam. E há outras coisas que é, eles parece que têm um dedo que adivinha. Adivinha que eu vou fazer modelos. E então vende uma semana antes. É estranho a gente. Como é que é dizer? Eu apercebo-me disso e é tramado, não é? É tramado a gente saber que parece que adivinham. A gente, tudo o que faz, adivinham tudo. Imagina então, daqui a uns anos, certas pessoas em que a vida delas foi desde o início que nasceram até morrer. A vida delas foi sempre espionada e qualquer coisa que façam está a ser tudo controlado. E eu nisto vejo bem, foda-se. Tipo, eu só vendo modelos quando eu tenho em mente ir fazer modelos. Uns dias antes começo a vender. Quando eu tenho em mente não ir fazer modelos, uns dias antes aquilo deixa de vender. É bem estranho. Olha, é para aprenderes. E então a gente pensa nisto, tipo no futuro, foda-se. E em outras coisas da nossa vida. Uma coisa que eu faço músicas, e uma coisa que eu hei de meter nas músicas é mais ou menos esta ideia. Existe a liberdade. E uma data de pessoas ao longo da história lutaram pela liberdade. Mas acho que nunca falaram ao longo da história, não é? Que a gente conhece, nunca falaram em privacidade. Lutar pela privacidade. Nos momentos em que a gente vive, podem ter a certeza que a gente tem que como é que é dizer, a vida daqui para a frente, toda a gente não é lutar pela liberdade. Para ter liberdade tem que lutar pela privacidade. E há de haver pessoas que até escondem os seus filhos de certas coisas, tipo, não deixam tocar em telemóveis, não deixam tocar em computadores, não deixam uma data de cenas no futuro. Não querem que os filhos, que a vida deles coisa, mas mesmo assim não conseguem ter privacidade. E esta cena da privacidade é uma cena que devia estar na Constituição portuguesa. Não é liberdade, é privacidade. Acho que deve fazer parte da Constituição. E não há nenhum governo em nenhum mundo que esteja a fazer o seu trabalho, que é dar privacidade às pessoas. Na atualidade existe isso. E eu, mais do que ninguém, sei que essa merda já anda na minha vida há uma data de anos. Almenara. Também não é. Também não é Almenara. Caralho, tenho que lá ir dar outro biscoito. Foda-se, acho que tenho que lá ir dar outro biscoito ao gajo. Pois já se viu que este jogo tem aqui textos até dizer chega. O outro? É um caralho. Ah, pois é. Puta que pariu. Tenho que lá ir dar outro biscoito ao gajo, meu. Foda-se.
You brought biscuits again? You want me to play for you again? Thank you, sir. Here are 3 more well-known melodies. El Nenufar. haga con amor. La barca de amor.
Acho que ainda tenho que ir buscar mais biscoito.
Thank you, Domingo. See you later.
May we have the good fortune to meet again, sir. Forgive me, sir, I am thirsty. I will have a drink in the restaurant. Come back later.
All right, Domingo. See you later.
Acho que ainda lá tenho que ir buscar outro biscoito para o gajo, meu. Foda-se. Foi a última vez, foda-se.
You brought biscuits again? Do you want me to play for you again? Fine. 3 songs. Only for you, stranger. La Vidalita. Pasear a caballo. Marceliano.
Marcelino. Ele não está a tocar as mesmas. Está a tocar as mesmas. Já está a tocar as mesmas, acho eu.
Thank you, Domingo. See you later.
May we have the good fortune to meet again, sir. Forgive me, sir, I am thirsty. I will have a drink in the restaurant. Come back later.
All right, Domingo. See you later.
2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Vidalita. Marcelino. Marcelino não pode ser. Tem 5. Vidalita. Almenara. Almenara dava. Almenara. Pois. Mas não tem o L. Aqui não tem o M. Bem, a não ser que esta música que toca aqui é parecida com alguma que ele toca com a viola. E deve ser dali, não? La Indita. La Indita. 2, 3, 4. La Indita. Se calhar estava aqui, caralho. Não tem o L, então não pode ser. Agora não tem o A. Não pode ser. Não pode ser. Trovador, trovador, trovador. Acho que já fui ver, não é? Pois.
Unfortunately, I have no musical hearing myself and don't know the code of notes. But perhaps something else is hiding in these books other than tunes.
1, 2, 3, 4. La Fiesta. La Fiesta ou Romérico? Ou Romérico. Opa, pois aqui até tinha pautas e tudo. E ali também, acho eu. Pois, La Fiesta não dá. Não tem o A. Agora, Romérico Também não tem o R. Foda-se. Estás fodido, caralho. Oi? Ali tem o L. Mas aqui não tem o A. Estates. Pois, não deve ser. Não deve ser, olha, acabou-se. Mestatis e uma data de cenas. Se calhar. Pois, se calhar o gajo, tanta gente vai lá dar o biscoito, depois há de haver uma altura aí que aquilo aleatoriamente ele vai tocando 3 músicas, mas se calhar ainda não tocou aquela que eu queria. Aqui a folhazinha, onde é que eu meti a folha disto? Dei ela, não tinha o nome nenhum, não tinha nada. Pois. Se calhar esta merda está em inglês. Pois, Marcelino, acerca de... Pois, se calhar até está em inglês, caralho. Assim é um bocadito logo ao início apanhar com um caldinho destes, foda-se, num jogo, caralho. Acho que não tem lógica nenhuma, não é? Pois, assim não tem lógica nenhuma. Bom, é capaz de ter uma musiquinha ali, mas logo para início de um jogo ter uma cena assim, foda-se. Prontos, está tudo. Até amanhã.